Hello again, Paul back again. Going to run through some charts and see what patterns I can find setting up for the start of the strategy test account, trading simple patterns. It's Monday the 9th of September, and this is the first week of the challenge, so we've had no trades open. Euro pound, we're in a strong downtrend. We've got a bit of a bear flag setting up here. Flagpole, change this to something that's a little bit more. No, red's alright, possibly, we'll just think of it up. Yeah, flagpole sort of there. And at the moment, I think it's still, I would call it a flag, not so much a pennant. You could run your, this is where I found these things are always a bit, you could run it like that. As a pennant, or you could run it as I had it before. Could run it to the top as a across the bodies. You could run it like that, or as a pennant, or as a flag. If you run it as a pennant, it's setting up immediately, so they can break out to the upside. Being 2 hours off London Open at the moment, I think there's still room for a bit of upside in it, so I would run it as a flag, as a bear flag. We're in an obvious downtrend. If we zoom out of this, it's an obvious downtrend. And this shows the bear flag quite prominently. I would look for a break of this line here, possibly even this low. So where we're at currently, 89, sort of 80 level. If we get a break of this low, 89.68, 89.65, so we could put a pending short at 89. $62. And our targets on this, generally with a flag, you're looking for a measured move from that swing high to that swing low, and you're looking for that same sort of move from, around the top of the flag down. So that would give us another 150 pips roughly from our entry. Now personally, I think that's fairly aggressive. Not sure whether that lines us up. Line us up looking for a run on this low. Lines us up with about 70 pips. And you've got other, price can certainly keep driving down a long way. You get a breakdown through there and we'll modify this, take profit. The entry price is 89.60, so we will look for 88. The big figure would be 88.10, would be 150 pips. 88.10, and if we're we're going to go for 2 to 1 only, then we're looking at a stop loss of $70 odd pips. Personally, I'd be more inclined to put my stop just above this high. Which gives us more than 2 to 1. Only risking $70 on that. As a pattern, to trade this as a pattern, if you get a breakdown and then a rally through the flag high, then the pattern is out. I'm going to put my stop 90.10, which is 47 pips, and we're going to reduce the target likewise 47.50 pips. So we're going to just target $100, 100 pips. Keep that risk reward 2 to 1. And that leaves our risk there at $80, so we can double the size of this. Won't let us double it. Yes, it will. 0.01, 0.25. There's a pending sell stop. At 89.60. It hasn't changed the size. Pending order. And sell stop 0.25. Okay. So that's a risk on that of $212. Target 450 on Euro Pound USD, Pound USD. Almost got the reverse. We've got a bull flag setting up. This, and these stand out fairly well actually when you do zoom the charts out like this. And you got, it goes like that nearly, maybe something like that. It does widen out a bit. Sort of a little bit of a funny resistance level down in here. We might drop down into that and then break out to the upside. So if we break the 1.23 big figure, look for a move. Might even just look for half. I'll move half that size, which is 400 pips. Another move. 200 pips higher with the stop down here. Depends on how low it gets before it breaks us out. So you're looking at about a 90 pip stop for a 200 pip move. So we want to run that. Oops, delete that. Buy limit. Buy stop up there. 302, 1.25. Oops, no, 302. 1.25, stop loss 1.22. Look for a bull flag here. And that risk's 148, which is a bit less than 2%, and target's 288. Now that's two trades that are kind of pound based. Not a big fan of running too many pound based trades. Looking at this, it's possibly a triangle, symmetrical triangle setting up on US yen. Like that, something like that setting up, which is again a breakout to the upside trade. Maybe a break at this high here. 107, big figure basically. You could look to get long at 107.10. The way you calculate this would be a measured move from that high point to this low point here, 80 pips, to 107.10 to 107.90. Buy stop, modify that. 45 pip, 907. $7.10 to 107.90, and this to be 106. 65. 45 pips, pending order as a buy. Stop. Oh, I lost a stop loss. $107.05, $107.06. 65. Take profit 107. 90. And our volume there could be 0.2, I think we'll find. Gives us any risk there, because that could actually be double that. It's only risking 1%. You want to get rid of that one. I'm going to modify that as a order. And we'll make this 0.4. There's a buy stop. Okay, so now we need to get rid of the 0.2. And that gives us a risk of 218 for profit. Potential of 464. So that's a symmetrical triangle on the US yen. GUI's everyone we look at so far, we've seen something. Euro here is predominantly in a downtrend, so we have had a strong press to the upside. There's a bit of a triangle forming in here as well. You could say it's a larger the way I'd read it would be something like this. Possibly a sort of symmetrical triangle. It's not really. Bit of a breakout here and a retest maybe. Trouble is, I see this as a bearish setup, not a bullish on the euros, so we'll keep an eye on that. New Zealand USD certainly been rallying. But on the back of a big downtrend here. Broken trend line. Nothing really set up on that yet. I don't think it's not enough time gone by for a flag. It's I suppose it's possibly a little bit of a triangle here, pennant pattern. Could get a step higher. USD CAD. There's a little pennant forming in here. As you get often through Asia. That's possibly the trouble we're going to run into, is you need a lot of setups. Which is maybe good, maybe bad, but definitely broken. It's been inside of range here, broken out of the range to the downside maybe. There's a pennant there. If we break these low, we could make another stab lower. So, and trade this rather than trading it as a big pattern. It's just going to be a small one. Loads to here somewhere, something like that. So our target on this is quite tight. It's 26 pips. So a small target, 13 pip risk. Break of that low, 31. I guess it's 31.55. So 13 pip risk.